What is going on, gang? Hope y'all are doing good. We got some crazy news coming at you live. PowerXL Official is back. So we have actually seen Kanye return. Ye is back.
All right, let's see it. This is Piers Morgan's interview with the
And
future
I have
51st president
a lot
of the
to
United
say.
States. Sneeko.
2 years ago, I interviewed Kanye Ye West on Uncensored after he'd made global headlines for anti-Semitic outbursts. Most outrageously,
this guy's fucking nuts.
No, he'll be the 50th.
To go DEFCON 3 on Jewish people. It was a heated interview. It was a long interview. I held him to account. I told him his remarks were offensive. He caused many people a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And he gave me some back, of course.
Right.
He called me a Karen. Fair enough. I can take it. At least we had a...
What? I missed it. Of what?
Oh my God.
A Karen?
mostly grown-up conversation. These constant tirades, Ye, against Jewish people.
Have you felt my pain yet? You haven't felt my pain. You don't want to feel my pain.
Well, no,
you don't
on.
hold You don't hold accountability
Hmm.
to my pain. You're being a Karen.
Do you believe
Yo! You're being a
God.
Karen.
Here we go.
that you have any form of mental illness?
I believe that I suffered from exhaustion. I suffered from being lied to constantly by the people around me, by my management, by my ex-wife.
Do you still love?
I think that's what happened.
But
I think that's exactly what happened.
I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit ass down in 2 weekends. I think why would
Damn. Someone had to
Doesn't
say it.
necessarily have to be white, apparently. This dude got all kinds of fucked up by dating Kim Kardashian. Fucked up his entire life. That Cat Williams
Yeah.
interview.
He'll never be the same
kind of
after
like-
that.
I feel like it will be one of those iconic interviews.
It already
where
is.
People will go back on it, and it will just become more real and more accurate every year.
Yeah. Yeah. That shit comes out.
Yeah, bro, he's a prophet.
I absolutely love. I'll love her for life.
That interview lasted 2 hours in the end. We covered a lot of ground. There were
Yeah,
moments
he's a
of
prophet
tension
for
and
himself.
moments, I think, of mutual understanding. Yeah, he got up and walked off at one point, but he had to think about what he wanted to say, and then he came back and he said it.
And we'll have the top lawyers like a Johnny Cochran, Robert Kardashian level legal team, looking at all of these contracts together. After that moment happens, then I will say, I'm sorry.
What?
Okay, if that's your position. That's clear.
Interview adjourned. Love you.
What?
He's back.
Yeah, thanks for sitting back down. I'll change the subject now. Obviously, I've no idea what's going on in this guy's head, and he's unquestionably genius artist with a global fan base and massive talent. He's lived most of his life under the microscope of intense fame, and that pressure alone can make people behave very oddly. Back then, I was trying to understand if Ye had any regret or remorse for what could have been a relatively isolated incident or some kind of episode. I wanted to know if he understood there are consequences for his words and whether he was genuinely a racist. Well, we now know it's just the tip of the iceberg. As far as the watching public is concerned, Ye has spiraled in both his personal life and his business life. Most recently, he's taken to posting endless, outrageous anti-Semitic slurs on X. He frequently professes.
Yeah, he's got a song.
Wait, what?
It's called Hail Hitler. It's on his new album coming out.
Yeah, they cloned this fucker.
Yeah, that.
They had to have cloned this fucker like 3 times because this guy has. This is his third personality, legitimately. First, he was just a normal guy, like he loved his mom and shit. Second, then he was fucking just zombified after Kim Kardashian, and he was all into Jesus and shit. And then right after that, he disappeared again, and now he's Hail Hitler. So
That's the song.
so many personalities this guy has. He must have had to have been cloned.
He poses.
So, or brainwashed. What the fuck is this? He must know something we don't know, or he's just crazy.
Swastikas and KKK costumes. He says things like Jews were better as slaves and they should be whipped. We all know this.
They should be whipped.
Allowed to carry on doing it to his 33 million followers.
Which I totally support.
For a long time, his account should be shut down. It should be.
Nope, I don't think so.
I think the Jews should be reprimanded for what they're doing in the communities, and this is not the way. The Jews are funding the war. They're funding a lot of these rap studios that push hateful shit and like violence and all this other shit. They're Jewish people, and they're not even representing what they actually are supposed to. They're just in it for the money. That's why why every time they go somewhere, they get kicked out or just killed because they just take over the economy and ruin it.
Piers, I think he should be able to say what
and
he
they
thinks.
Keep doing it. That's why people don't like him.
He should be able to say what he thinks. Absolutely. True free speech.
People don't realize that.
That's my opinion. I believe passionately in free speech, and I detest censorship because I believe in the importance of sharing honestly held opinions in a democracy. But posting endless, vile, anti-Semitic insults,
seems fine to me.
Encouraging violence against Jewish people.
To be fair, that one I can agree with him on. I don't think encouraging violence is good. Yep. All right. That's fair.
These unhinged tirades on a privately owned platform has got nothing to do with free speech. I invited him back onto Uncensored because at least on my show, I can call him out for what he's been doing and put myself in between the 33 million followers who see his posts without any challenge whatsoever. Our producer spotted that he was in Spain with his friend Sneeko, and we invited both of them on for an interview. They very quickly agreed, and Sneeko spent several days talking about it, but they mucked us around, a significant expense, both in time and money, to me, my crew in Spain.
So they fucked him around? Okay. Why am I not surprised?
And my team here in London. More importantly, he didn't turn up yesterday. And said wanted to do it today.
Wait,
so
what?
It seemed to me then it might all just be a stunt. But I went ahead and said, okay, I'll have another go today. Ye told Sneeko not to be offended if he stormed off very shortly before today's
Don't be
interview
offended
started.
if I storm
you can
off.
judge for yourself how it went and whether Ye has any respect or, frankly, any marbles. I'm not a shrink.
Any
but
marbles?
If you're so delusional or fragile, you don't expect a journalist to ask you questions about your publicly stated love of Hitler, you should probably talk to somebody other than me.
He's right. Piers is right. Yeah. True.
What followed, frankly, was a farce.
I'm getting you multi-tracks.
I actually think that Piers has been incredibly fair to super controversial people. I think he was really fair to Destiny. He was fair to Hassan. He was fair to Andrew Tate. He was fair to a lot
he's
of
been
them,
fair.
Like he is. I unironically think he's fair. Actually,
More fair than the rest.
He was even fair with that guy. Who was that guy? The Palestinian. I think he was like a comedian or something like that. And he had him on a number of times. I thought that was really good too. I forgot the guy's name. The Egyptian? Yeah, I think, yeah. Bassem Youssef. Yeah, exactly. I could be saying his name wrong. Excuse me if I am.
Right now. I'm about to step in this interview, but I can hop back on in about whenever it's done. That nuance right there, it's idiotic. It just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out for Hitler, right?
Okay, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
We have to admit this is somewhat entertaining. You know, this is going to be.
He's right. Sneeko's right.
Fucking Sneeko, dude.
Laughed at by many people. It's not what I expected, but that was funny.
That was funny.
Ye West is rarely out of the headlines at the moment. It's fair to say the headlines are equally rarely positive. The rapper, producer, and fashion designer is currently working on a new album. Several new tracks were previewed.
Do you guys think if the Hail Hitler song gets popular enough, they'll play it on the radio? Like, what if it gets... What if it's like Hail and then they have like, they mute who it is? Like, cause...
Yeah, they just edit that part out.
Only the states in the South. Oh God.
Yeah, literally.
People call in. Yeah, I've got a song request.
You hear that? Yay, the Hitler shit. Let me hear that Hitler shit.
Live stream with his friend Sneeko, and both Sneeko and Ye join me now. Well, welcome to Uncensored. Ye, we haven't spoken for a while. How are you?
I'm doing good. I don't use the term West, you know, the whole drop the slave name idea.
Okay, so we just call you Ye, yeah?
Yes, sir.
Okay, well, look, when I last interviewed, we had a long conversation.
That's crazy. How about that?
Yo.
Bro's fresh. Yeah, you got that shit on.
Motherfucker looks like Blade.
Conversation. And
fucking love that
A lot
movie.
has happened in your life. And so I'm grateful for the opportunity to try and talk to you about some of this.
He's on his phone.
How would you say your life is at the moment?
I mean, you see that view?
Yeah.
Yo, that's it? You see the view?
Your life is good?
Well, judge it on the view as the answer to how my life is.
On the view?
Judge me by the view.
Well, the view is Mallorca. I've been there. It's a beautiful place. And for all intents and purposes,
that view.
You seem very relaxed and happy. That is in direct contrast to your public image at the moment over the last couple of years, led by your ferocious... Well, hang on, let me finish the question. Led by your ferocious use of...
No, but I already disagree. It's not in contrast. There's so many people and artists that are championing the idea of someone being able to just express who they really are and have been able to go through the war of being attacked by the banks, being attacked, you know, by the banks. That's the best way to...
The banks. The banks. The fuck? I believe the banks did attack him. They do every celebrity. Once you start spending money they don't like, or you spend too much money, they'll come fucking get your ass. So you're mismanaging your own money.
In the
Hey, who the fuck's in the bank?
Guess who's in the bank? Who knows?
Put it being attacked by the banks and to still be here with this view is, you know, that's the win. So I think that's, I'm in contrast to your contrast.
Okay, but the point I was going to make...
I'm not going to say the race of the doctor.
I watch what you put out on X. You've got 32 million followers, so you're one of the most followed people.
See, wait, now look right now. You're not going to take inches off my dick, bro. Like,
what? What?
He smiled a little bit on that. He thought that shit was a little funny. Let's be honest, that shit was funny.
You're not gonna take inches off my dick.
Inches off my dick.
The fuck is he crazy?
Right
so
now,
crazy.
You're not gonna take inches off my dick, bro. Like, how many followers do I have?
Well, how many is it?
How many inches?
You don't know.
Bro, we are so back.
I think you could do the study. You got a whole staff over there.
I thought it was 32 million. How many is it? You obviously know.
I mean, no, I mean, don't help them out. You know, they.
I'm told it's 33 million now. So congratulations. You're slightly bigger following than I thought.
No, congratulations. Your information is correct. You're not just some, you know, dude trying to sub. You know, I'm a gift, bro. You know what I mean? Why do all you people in media act like you haven't played my songs at your weddings or graduations or at funerals or when your child was born? You know, you take somebody that's living like a...
True, bro, true.
He's actually...
Clearly, we would listen to Gold Digger on the way to school freshman year of high school.
Yeah.
2004, 2005. Oh my God.
That shit was a clapper.
A Lennon, a Michael Jackson, and you just take all this time to just, like, that nuance right there. It's idiotic. it just shows the hate that you put out for people that put love. There's so much love in the art that I put out.
With all due respect, what are you talking about? I haven't said anything.
What are you talking about? It's dirty. Okay, now you're not taking accountability or responsibility.
Literally, you said it. You implied I haven't played your music. Of course I played your music.
No, sir. This is what you get for now. We can circle back when you can count.
Okay. Where's he gone, Sneeko?
Where'd he go?
That's it for Ye. But it's nice to meet you, Piers.
Where's he gone?
I think he's going back to work. There's several things he's working on. I was not.
I know what he's working on.
Leave like this, but it seems like he got upset about the.
So it's all just a game, is it?
Do you remember? This is like he's had so many crash outs. Do you remember whenever he put the Jewish star and the swastika together?
No way.
Do you guys remember that?
No.
I feel like I forgot about that until right now. I forgot about that one. Yeah, I did too. There's been so many crazy things that have happened. We just forgot about that one. Galactic
it just keeps getting crazier.
Yeah.
Is that the idea?
I mean, life is a video game, is it?
No, I just wonder what the point of this exercise was. Was he supposed to do an interview or not?
Are you supposed to do an interview? But I mean, the amount of Twitter followers, something like that, it's patronizing for no reason. You said his name incorrectly. You know his name is Ye. This is very public about that. Hopefully we could do it. I think this was good. We were prepared for a good interview. But come on.
Wait, didn't they fuck him around for days too about the interview?
We're doing.
What do you think I'm doing?
I think you were trying to patronize very intentionally by getting those two things, under his skin. Maybe it could have been about past interviews or because of what happened yesterday. But, I mean, this information is not that difficult to get right.
We called him Ye, and we got his Twitter following count wrong by 1 million, from 32 to 33 million. Also, for the record, you guys
Here it is. Here it is.
He did. Piers introduced him as Ye. He did. To Piers' credit, he did.
us around yesterday, and you seem to find that very entertaining and amusing in your live stream, which I'm sure you will now.
Wait, what's this?
And you seem to find that very for the ring count wrong by 1 million, from 32 to 33 million. Also, for the record, you guys dicked us around yesterday, and you seem to find that very entertaining and amusing in your live stream, which I'm sure you will now. You kept all my crew in Spain and here waiting, and then wasted their time. And then you got us all back now, and you've wasted our time again. And you again may find that funny and entertaining, and that's fine. I don't. I think it's a total waste of everyone's time and effort and money.
He's right. The thing is,
Yes.
right. Pierce is got
Yes.
right. Yes.
You wasted tons of money.
Well, it is. I was ready for the interview yesterday too. My time is important as well, regardless if it was wasted.
Bro, he's smart. You know, you're smiling because you know you dicked them around. You know you did this. You know it's happening.
Yeah, real time.
To admit, this is somewhat entertaining. You know, this is going to be laughed at by many people.
What's entertaining?
Yay, crashing out.
Well, to be fair, Sneeko, I think, is right. It is funny.
Undeniably, walking off right into the beginning of an interview is funny.
Yeah. Out of interest,
subjective.
Out of interest, what do you do with him?
What do you do with them? Jeez.
I love where society is going. I really do. I think this is amazing.
What do you do with him? But like, what's he do?
Out of interest, what do you do with him?
I'm working on several films right now. I am streaming out here. I'm editing, and I work on things behind the scenes, some inspiration for art. I'm just there to try to help fulfill his vision.
Well, let me
and
ask
also work on my
you
own
the
too, and
questions I would have asked him. So, I mean, out of interest, what is with his obsession with Hitler? Why is he so rampantly anti-Semitic?
I'm not going to
all over
answer
social
questions
media?
on his behalf.
Well, you're going to have to
I
because
can't
he's
answer
not
questions
there.
on his behalf.
He's not there.
What's that?
He's not there. Literally, he's dropping a track today called Heil Hitler. Why are you?
Did he actually drop it?
He dropped it,
Is
dude.
it on Spotify? Is Heil Hitler on Spotify? Oh my.
Heil?
Guys, Spotify hasn't uploaded it yet.
What's that?
He's not there. Literally, he's dropping a track today called Heil Hitler. Why are you happy to be associated with somebody like that out of interest?
Well, I'm not going to speak on his art and his vision while
I'm
he's not
asking
here.
you.
I
I'm
find it
asking you why you're happy to be associated with somebody who most of the world believes is now a rampant anti-Semite.
Well, you're associated as well. Your show's called Piers Morgan Uncensored.
Yeah.
You tried to get him censored on X, and here.
Jeez.
That's a sneak OW. It is. That is a sneak OW. He's right. Yes, they're both farming. I love this.
Yeah, they're both farming each other.
You are on the days we're going to release the song, doing an interview with him. So we're all involved here. It's not like I'm the only one complicit.
Yeah, the reason I wanted to get him on was because I don't think anyone holds him to account for anything he does on X. And in fact, he deliberately breaches all of X's rules, and yet he does it.
I do have to admit that Piers Morgan trying to actually interview him in a legit way, I do feel like this is kind of a W, because I do think that most interviewers don't want to do that, and Piers willing to just take the gloves off and do that, I do think is good.
With impunity and is allowed to do it, whereas millions of other accounts get suspended for far less offences. So I was going to ask him directly, which is why I mentioned his X following. I was going to ask him about what he puts on X and why he does this, why he continually attacks Jewish people, why he continually celebrates Adolf Hitler. And then I'm curious about, given he's not there, can't answer these questions, what your association is with this guy, and whether you're comfortable to be associated with somebody who most people consider to be an anti-Semite.
I think I just answered this question. And these are good questions.
Has it ever occurred to you the irony of the fact that everybody that is surrounding and supporting Kanye and that's like pro-Hitler, that none of them are white? Like, that's kind of funny, isn't it? Like, it's kind of ironic.
I mean, yeah.
I think I just answered half of that.
We haven't answered the question, though, have you?
But, I mean, if I did, you said, what are you doing out here? And I said, I'm doing films, and I'm reporting behind the scenes, and I'm streaming, and I'm editing and helping fulfill his
Have
vision.
you been helping him with the track Heil Hitler?
No, I don't. I'm not a music guy. And if you wanted to get questions about his Twitter or X correct, then you should have got the number of followers correct. That was something intentional that you knew what you were doing.
So I got
if you
the
know
size of his
everything
dick
about
wrong.
what he's
Is that what you said?
This is the third dick reference in 13 minutes. We are so back.
13 minutes in.
Well, if you know everything else
You
that he's
did.
tweeting, you should have got that right as well.
Oh, don't be so pathetic, Sneaker. Honestly, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get good content which will promote you, Sneeko. And I'm just curious how you, Sneeko, deal with the fact that you are so openly associating yourself
You asked that question a
with
few
somebody
times,
who
and I
seems
mean, I
to
can ask you the same
worship
thing.
Adolf Hitler and is pro the Nazis. Do you feel comfortable about that?
No, we worship God. There's a
No,
if
no,
you're gonna
he
say it's
worships
pathetic
Adolf
that I'm
Hitler.
here promoting this. We could talk about how
He
pathetic it
worships
is
Adolf Hitler.
that you were essentially working for Israel up until
You said
a couple
Hail
months
Hitler,
ago.
doesn't that
When
worship?
was I working for
Like
Israel?
genocide and not pushing back.
When was I working for Israel?
If it's pathetic,
I think Sneeko. No, I don't know, man. I feel like you've got to respect Piers. Piers was critical of Palestine, and he was critical of Israel. Piers had Bassem Youssef, whatever. Like, that's just the first one out. He's had tons of Palestinian voices on his show. I think probably more than almost anybody else.
Damn.
Am I crazy? He farms both sides? Yeah, I think he's actually played both sides with this.
to make films behind the scenes of one of the greatest living artists, probably the greatest living artist.
Well, he certainly was.
You point the finger
He
at you and
certainly
say
was a
pathetic as
great.
well.
He was a great artist. Unfortunately, he's become a rampant anti-Semite who adores Adolf Hitler, embraces Nazism, uses swastikas,
I'm pretty sure he says he loves
to
everyone.
sell his
I'm not
merchandise,
gonna speak
and
for
has a
him,
new
but
record out called Heil Hitler. So forgive me if I don't currently
the
see
song is
him
not. I mean,
as one of the
everything you're
world's
saying
great
in this question is
artists.
incorrect.
Yeah, but I don't see
Everything
him.
you're saying in this question is incorrect.
Sorry.
The song isn't out. The song isn't out for one, and two, he says he loves everyone. He says he loves Jews. He says he loves Hitler. He says he loves everybody. But
Really? So when he said, let me ask you, given you're the one sitting there, he said Jews were better as slaves. You have to put your Jews in their place and make them into your slaves. You then said make your Jews work for you. But what?
There we go. That sounds good.
Whip the Jews. You comfortable with that, Sneaker?
Jeez. No, this is unacceptable. Why is he saying this?
Is he smiling?
You know it's funny though. It's fucking hilarious. Why would he say some crazy fucking? Because you know he's fucking off the rocker. That's why it's funny. You're Kanye is.
And
fuck.
whip the Jews. You comfortable with that, Sneaker?
I think it's. I find it funny. That's not something that I would do personally. I don't whip
You think it's
anybody.
funny, do you? Whipping Jews?
Slavery.
Using Jews as slaves? You think that's funny?
I think the context of that is funny. Yeah.
What's the humor?
To remove any sense of humor
I'm missing
from
the
that
humor.
is
What's the
ridiculous.
humor?
It's. I mean, do you want me to break down a joke for you?
You think it's a joke, do you, about whipping Jews?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a joke because I've been here for a couple weeks and he hasn't whipped any Jews.
Really? So because he hasn't.
This is so good.
She whipped any yet?
Yeah,
That's a joke.
He really has.
Yeah.
Really has. But Piers, before I leave, I don't want to speak on his behalf. If you're agreeing
Well, what
that
choice
he's
do we
the
have? You
greatest living
set this
artist
thing.
right now,
You set this farce up. He's dicked us around. You're the one left, so you're gonna have to be accountable for him. Unless you want to walk away too.
accountable. What do you want to hold me accountable?
If you don't want to answer questions either, you are free to stand up and walk away like a little sniveling
Well, you can ask questions.
too.
If you have questions for me, then I'll feel
You
free
know
to
what?
answer
Here's my
those.
question
But
for
just
you.
when it comes to Ye,
Why is your mate Ye?
is this whole thing going to be interrupting, or
Why is your mate
this whole
Ye?
thing just going to be interrupting? Or do you want me to speak at all?
You're sounding like Andrew Tate Light, like he's annoying.
Andrew Tate Light.
We never knew about. Okay, doesn't work.
Andrew Tate Light.
Jesus.
That's a good one, dude.
Jesus, man.
That's a good one. Andrew Tate Light. Yo,
God,
get your fucking popcorn.
Okay? You set this thing up. It's obviously some kind of elaborate prank.
Okay,
that you're
your
pulling
team asked
with
me to
your
do
mate
this.
Ye.
If you want to be Netanyahu Light on TV,
But given you want to make, given
if you want to be
okay,
Dave
you think it's
Portnoy
all
with the
funny,
suit,
it's fine.
then
What did Dave Portnoy and Netanyahu have in common?
I don't fucking know these guys.
I don't know either.
Sure. If you want to do ad hominem attacks, then why invite someone on your show? I set this up because your team asked me to do it. I did everything that I could. If I knew that this would, I'm not here wasting your time. You're angry at me for setting up an interview that you wanted. If you have questions for me, I'm happy to answer those.
Here's
If
my
you want to
question.
keep doing
Why
insults,
did you?
there's no point in me being here.
Why did Ye stand up like a sniveling little coward and walk away before I could ask him difficult questions?
For the third time, Piers, I don't know if you have a hearing problem, but I'm not going to answer questions on another man's behalf. But
Really?
thank you for
Even though
having
you
me. If
set
would
up
like
the
to talk
interview with
one-on-one
him.
another time, that'd be great.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well,
thank
tell
you.
him from me he's a sniveling little coward. And he's an anti-Semite and a Hitler worshipper. That's what I would have asked him if he'd had the balls to sit there and take the questions. And there you are, proudly associating yourself with him. Good luck to you, Sneeko. Everyone can see you for what you are. Piers Morgan Uncensored is proudly independent. The only boss around here is me. If you enjoy our show, one simple thing.
Man.
Subscribe on YouTube.
What a fucking roach, though. How you gonna roach out on your own interview?
That was a good episode.
You can't even contextually construct a sentence to even debate with this guy because you know you're fucked up.
That was some real quality content. Here, let me link you guys the video. Yeah, that was cinema. Let's get it.
Do it all for free. Independent, uncensored media has never been more critical, and we couldn't do it without you.
This is fucking nuts.
Here is the crazy fucking thing. almost 8,000 dislikes. Now, according to Hassan, he said the dislike extension wasn't accurate, and there's a good chance this one could also be inaccurate, but from my experience making content, the dislike extension is within a 10% deviation of the accuracy of the actual count. That being said, a lot of people are fans. This whole thing going to be interrupting. Corey Sneeko hasn't seen the show before. Once the guy banned from X proceeds to beg for an interview. 13 minutes of getting peers getting rage baited. This is actually a Sneeko interview with the Yee cameo. And it's so satisfying to see peers beg for content. Yep, that's right. Well, I mean, wouldn't you? You spend 3 or 4 days fucking around with this, and then you finally get it to happen, and it goes for 2 minutes? Yeah, I'd be like, okay, can you please just answer like 3 things so we can have 1 episode out of this? Yeah, I'd be so
I'd be
annoyed.
pissed.
The Yee song is up on YouTube.
Damn.
Oh my
I gotta
God.
play this shit.
Guys, we're not listening. We're not listening to this song called Heil Hitler, okay? I'm sorry. Like, I'm not.
I think I have to listen to it.
Listen,
I
right
can't play it
now,
on
I have
stream.
the moral high ground with complaining about other people playing things on their stream that they shouldn't. I think that goes away if I play this song called Heil Hitler, alright? We're not doing it. I'll be right back.
Ha ha ha! Holy shit, dude. Oh man.
In April 2025, a peaceful tourist town
So,
in Kashmir.
that was fucking nuts. I can't believe that. Holy shit. I gotta check out the video here in a little bit. That music, but I guess we found out what actually happened in India. Those bombings were crazy yesterday.
28 people are reported to have been
This is
killed after
insane.
gunmen
People are
opened fire
getting
on tourists
bombed like
in the
crazy in
peninsula
India.
Kashmir.
So why would they do that?
Group of armed terrorists stopped travelers and began asking one terrifying question: are you Hindu or Muslim? If the
Huh. That sounds a lot like terrorism to me. And then they shoot them if they say that they're not like the right one.
answer didn't match, they opened fire.
Right, of course.
26 innocent tourists were killed. One woman crying over her husband's body.
See, this is one of the big differences that a lot of people don't really understand, is that the difference between a war and terrorism is that these terrorists actively target civilians and they kill civilians specifically. They don't go in trying to attack a military base and civilians get killed in the process. They don't, they don't try to bomb a place where there are a military area and there's casualties of like collateral damage. These people actively target civilians. They do. They actively target them.
Begged the attackers to shoot her
easy
too.
wins. Yeah, it's like in Rust where like you're sitting out there on the beach ready to shoot some new person.
Terrorists laughed, telling her to go tell India's prime minister. Since that moment, India's people are furious. The army is on alert. Pakistan is getting nervous. And now, the big question is...
Well, why would Pakistan be nervous? Shouldn't Pakistan use their own military to find out where these insurgency terrorist groups are and get rid of them themselves? Because, like, if they have a terrorist group in their country, isn't that a problem for Pakistan? And if that's not a problem for Pakistan, then that sounds like Pakistan is a problem. That's what I would say.
Yeah, I
That's
totally
their
agree.
responsibility.
Is the next war loading in 2025? Let's go back, see how it all began.
Ruh-roh.
At the time of independence in 1947, British India was
When they
divided
separated,
into
yeah.
two separate nations. India, which had a Hindu majority population, Pakistan, created as a
Muslim majority.
homeland for Muslims. But the split wasn't as clean as drawing a line on a map. It was violent, brutal, and deeply personal. Over 15 million people were forced to move. Muslims from India
Holy
to Pakistan,
shit.
and Hindus and Sikhs from Pakistan to India. Entire families uprooted. Trains filled with refugees arrived.
Why is Britain over there fucking Why are they playing civilization over in India?
Why not? It's their imperial right to be dicks.
Spices? This is ridiculous. This is why, by the way, this is why a lot of the world hates the West.
Yeah.
It's because of bullshit like this.
Yeah, exactly.
This is a country that they're not even next to. They're in a totally different fucking place. And now they're trying to play fucking, you know, I don't know, civilization, playing Risk with this country. It's insane. The spice must flow, I guess so. But I just wanted you guys to see, this is the reason, and by the way, it doesn't excuse terrorism. Obviously, it doesn't excuse terrorism. It doesn't excuse this to happen. But, like, if you were in one of these countries and your family got displaced, yeah, I wouldn't like Britain either.
Slaughtered. Neighborhoods that had coexisted for centuries turned on each other overnight. It became one of the biggest and bloodiest migrations in human history, with over 1 million people dead.
Wow.
That trauma didn't just vanish. It turned into resentment, and the cracks only got deeper. One of the biggest cracks, a paradise called Kashmir.
Why aren't they mad at Britain? Because I feel like Britain is the one that did this, not even Pakistan and India.
Kashmir was, and still is, one of the most breathtaking places in the world.
That's a really
Snow-capped
nice place.
peaks, peaceful lakes,
Wow.
lush green valleys, a literal heaven on earth.
They're too
but
far away.
politically, it's been a hell. When the British left, they gave over 560 princely states like Kashmir a choice. Join India, join Pakistan, or stay independent. The ruler of Kashmir, Maharaja Hari Singh, was a Hindu, but most of the people in Kashmir were Muslim. The Maharaja wanted to stay independent, not join either India or Pakistan. But then, in October 1947, tribal militias from Pakistan, backed by its army, launched an invasion into Kashmir to force it into Pakistan. In panic,
Oh shit.
That's pretty one-sided, isn't it?
the Maharaja turned to India for help. India agreed, but on one condition: Kashmir must officially become part of India. The Maharaja signed the instrument of accession, legally joining Kashmir to India. And Indian troops flew in to push back the attack.
Want to blame Britain now? Yeah, of course, because Britain are the ones that started this. Just because Britain isn't responsible for every action along the chain doesn't mean that Britain didn't light the fuse.
Just like that, the first Indo-Pak War began. That war ended in 1948 with a ceasefire brokered by the United Nations.
And also, it doesn't mean Pakistan is... Look, it doesn't mean Pakistan is good. Like, obviously, I mean, these people are... They're awful terrorists, right? That are, like, going in here and killing, like, civilians. Yeah, not everybody in Pakistan, obviously, before somebody tries to take that out of context again. But, like, the people that are going in and forcing these military insurgency groups, they're awful people. They're terrible. They're terrorists.
Get them out.
Of course.
Hey, America.
But if you can't see the downstream effect of this nation building and imperialism, and how this creates these structural problems, I don't know what to tell you. Two things can be wrong at the same time. And, like, do you know what I'm saying? Not just Britain. Do you know how, like, I've criticized, like, Hassan, for example, for not being able to, like, acknowledge that, you know, there are bad actors on both sides? I think that we're doing the same thing by not acknowledging that Britain was also a bad actor in this situation as well. I do. I think we're doing the same thing. We shouldn't do that. Look, here's my point. I think that the amount of imperialism and the amount of oversight that foreign countries do on countries that do not have the same race, culture, traditions, or religion as them, making decisions for them, enforcing their will on these countries, I think this is a recipe for disaster. It is, and I think historically, this can be proven in so many cases, and I think a lot of the current conflicts that we have right now are the result of that happening. So I don't see how you can ignore that. I don't see how you can say that's not happening. You don't lose anything by acknowledging that this is true. It doesn't mean that the West is evil or the West is bad. It just means that maybe we shouldn't meddle in people's affairs so much, and then maybe it wouldn't create these problems that happen down the line. It's not unreasonable to think that way. There's nothing that's unreasonable about this at all. If you're going around and you're fucking taking over countries and then trying to make decisions for them, you're going to have problems. I don't know what to say.
That war ended in 1948
okay, that was pretty
with
fast.
a ceasefire brokered by the United Nations.
Anyway.
But the damage was done. Kashmir was now divided. India controlled about 2/3 of the region. Pakistan controlled the rest, which it still holds today as POK, or Pakistan Occupied Kashmir, POK. The UN called for a referendum to let the people of Kashmir decide their future, but that vote never happened. And since
What a surprise. Man, that sucks.
Since then, Kashmir has remained the bone of contention in every major conflict between the two nations. India and Pakistan have fought 4 wars in total. 1947 to 48, the first war, right after partition over Kashmir.
It's about to be 5.
1965, another full-scale war,
Holy
again
shit.
over Kashmir. 1971, the most devastating war, but this time not about Kashmir. It was about East Pakistan, where India supported the independence movement that eventually created Bangladesh. 1999, Kargil War.
Wow.
Pakistani soldiers and militants
I didn't even know about this.
disguised as locals infiltrated Indian territory in the Kargil region. India launched a massive counterattack operation and pushed them back.
Wow.
In each of these wars, India emerged stronger militarily. But the cycle of hatred and mistrust never broke. And when war didn't work, Pakistan tried something else. By the early 2000s, a new kind of war had begun. A shadow war. Terrorism became the weapon of choice.
It does seem like, I mean, again, this video could be biased, but from this, the way the video is prescribing this, it seems like Pakistan is the aggressor in every single one of these instances. That they're the ones that are starting at every single one.
Instead of soldiers crossing the borders with tanks, militants
The video could be biased. It's important to keep in mind.
quietly with backpacks, guns, and suicide vests. Attacks on civilians became a tool to destabilize India, especially in Kashmir. One of the most horrific examples, Mumbai, 26/11. On the night of November 26, 2008, 10 terrorists from Pakistan arrived by boat on the shores of Mumbai, armed with AK-47s, grenades, and explosives. They split into teams and launched simultaneous attacks across the city. The Taj Mahal Hotel, the Oberoi Trident Hotel, Cafe Leopold, a Jewish community center, Shivaji train station. For nearly 60 hours, Mumbai turned into a war zone. More than 170 people died, including American, Israeli, and British citizens. Over 300 were injured. The only surviving attacker, Ajmal Kasab, was captured alive. His interrogation revealed detailed planning and training, all traced back to Pakistan-based terror group Lashkar-e-Taiba. Then came Pulwama in 2019. A suicide bomber rammed a vehicle full of explosives into a convoy of Indian...
I think these guys are out of control.
So it's just every time. I mean, why can't Pakistan keep these people under control?
They can't.
Yeah,
they don't want to, or they're in on it.
Video's
something.
Biased, but with my knowledge of the situation, Pakistan is more of an incentive to be aggressive than India. Video's biased? You think video's biased? Okay.
In Pulwama district, Kashmir, 40 soldiers were killed instantly. It was the deadliest attack on Indian security forces in decades. The terror group, Jaish-e-Mohammed, based in Pakistan, claimed responsibility. India's response? Swift and bold.
Yeah,
In the
I would
early
assume
hours
so.
of February 26,
Justice.
2019, Indian Air Force jets crossed the border and bombed a terror training camp in Palakkad, Pakistan.
Damn.
This was unprecedented. The first airstrike on Pakistani soil since 1971. Pakistan responded by sending its own jets, leading to a short but intense dogfight. One Indian pilot, Inhanandan Varthaman, was captured, but returned 2 days later as a peace gesture. The world watched nervously.
Well, that's good.
Two nuclear-armed nations, one spark away from disaster. But the situation de-escalated for the moment. Still, the attackers never fully stopped. Cross-border terrorism continued. Sleeper cells were busted. Indian security forces worked round the clock to prevent further strikes. But everything changed on April 22nd, 2025.
So this is the shit that just happened.
With a horrifying
Okay, here we
incident.
go.
Now we're in the
All
fucking future.
Kashmir. The scenic town of
It was like 2 or 3
Pahalgam,
weeks ago, yeah.
nestled in the Kashmir Valley, is known for its tranquil
Real time.
beauty, horse rides through pine forest and peaceful rivers. Every year, it's a draw in thousands
We
of
had to go to
tourists
the
from across the
contacts
country and
just to
abroad.
get to this.
But that day became a killing field. Tourists,
Christ.
like always, had arrived to enjoy the mountains.
Oh shit.
Vehicles can't go deep into the region, so most visitors hop on horseback and local guides to explore. Among them was a woman from central India, accompanied by her husband. Their horse guide chatted with them, but something about him was off.
Okay.
He wasn't just asking friendly touristy questions. He started probing. Where are you from? Have you read the Quran?
Oh my god. Oh boy. Oh boy. Here it is. All right. Yeah, I didn't see any of this at all. Holy shit, man.
Are you Hindu or Muslim? The woman tried to brush it off, but then she heard him whisper on a call.
Wait, so they just okay.
Go with plan B. Guns are in place.
Panic surged through her veins. She discreetly messaged India's intelligence tip line, a hotline most tourists wouldn't even know about. But
What
before
the
the
fuck?
agency could act, it was already
They're all
too
dead.
late. Around 6 to 7 armed men dressed like locals suddenly appeared out of nowhere. Not military
Why?
uniforms, civilian clothes, horses, and hidden weapons.
Yeah, sure.
But what they carried wasn't small arms. It was full-blown automatic weapons. They
What
started
the
pulling
fuck?
terrorists off horses, shouting at them, "Are you Hindu or Muslim?" If Muslim, read the Quran. If not, they opened fire. Bullets flew in all directions. Screams echoed through the valley. The attackers
Oh,
didn't care
what?
if there were women, children, or elderly. Anyone
Wow.
who couldn't answer in the way they wanted was shot. 26 innocent tourists died on the spot. One woman lost her husband right in front of her eyes. Through tears, she
Fuck.
shouted at the attackers, "You killed him? Kill me too!" But the response was chilling. One of the terrorists sneered and said, "No, go tell your prime minister what happened today." And then he laughed, a laugh that still
Well,
Wow.
didn't they just get bombed yesterday? So that would really, that didn't really work out too well for them, did it?
No.
Yeah.
rings in the ears of many Indian who heard her testimony.
They
The
want war?
country
You think so?
erupted in grief and then in fury. Across social media,
Yeah, I
protests,
bet.
news channels, there was only one question. How long will we tolerate this? This wasn't just a terror attack. This was psychological warfare. A
Mass
brutal
murder, dude.
Terrorism in Kashmir isn't gone. It's just evolved. And once again,
Yeah.
all eyes turn toward Pakistan. Because here's the truth. Attacks like these aren't random. They don't come out of nowhere. These are trained operatives, supplied, funded, and sheltered, not by rogue street gangs, but by organized networks, many of which have found safe havens across the border. India's intelligence agency
That's insane, man. Like, it's hard to know, like I said before, right? It's always hard to know, like, if this kind of stuff is biased or not. But I don't know what to say. It keeps saying this was in the same thing with a different name. Not every Muslim is a terrorist. I mean, obviously, like, look, religious extremism is bad no matter what you're doing, right? I mean, like, I don't know why it's hard to understand. Like, this is my stance on it. all religious extremism is bad. Any group that uses their religion to be violent to civilians and commit terrorist activities, I think should be completely annihilated. That's why I pay my taxes to the military. That's what I want the military to do.
Yep.
So
delete them,
right? I mean, and so like it doesn't matter. Is it disproportionately affecting one religion or another? It doesn't matter. Even if it only affects one religion, it doesn't matter because it's the action that's the problem, not the religion.
Began tracing the attacker's origins. Early reports suggested ties to a radicalized splinter group operating out of Pakistan-administered Kashmir. The government didn't realize all the details, but what came out was enough. And India's response? It wasn't immediate missiles or strikes. It was something smarter. Enter the water war. Let's rewind to the 1960s for a moment. India and Pakistan signed the Indus Waters Treaty, brokered by the World Bank. Under it, Pakistan would get unrestricted access to the Indus, Jhelum, and Chenab rivers. India would control the Ravi, Beas, and Sutlej. This was meant to prevent disputes over water, a resource both countries rely on heavily. Of course. But post-Pahalgam, India began...
It's crazy how I can see why they're fighting over this shit. This looks really nice. Oh my god, that looks amazing. Bro, like, that's out of a video game.
Yeah. Oh, that's fucking nice.
India began reviewing the treaty, and in a bold but silent move, India started diverting excess water that traditionally flowed into Pakistan. Not cutting off water, but minimizing the outflow legally within treaty terms. It was a message. You keep sending terror, we'll stop sending rivers. In agriculture-dependent Pakistan, where 70% of the water comes from these rivers, this hit hard. The government issued press releases, held emergency meetings, and called it a violation. But legally, India hadn't broken anything. It had simply stopped playing nice. Meanwhile, back at the line of control, things got hotter, literally. Small gunfire exchanges began almost...
I mean, like, this is kind of how I see something like that, is, like, I think cutting off their water supply is fucking awful, right? It is. But I think that what they're saying is, like, in the same way that the Pakistani government, they think is probably playing stupid with these terrorist organizations.
Yeah.
They're going to play stupid with the treaty as well. I think that seems like...
Well, they're not playing stupid. They're playing smart. They're within regulations.
That's what they think is happening.
They were giving them extra water, and they said, fuck you. If you're going to keep attacking us, you're not going to get any fucking extra water. Fuck you.
Drone intrusions, sniper activity, and unmanned surveillance aircrafts being taken down. But that wasn't all. For the first time in over a year, Indian Air Force fighter jets began routine patrols across northern air zones, especially near the borders. Troop movement increased. Tanks were spotted near forward bases. Special forces began training drills close to the border. This wasn't war, but it wasn't peace either. Pakistan, already reeling from an economic crisis, a falling currency, and skyrocketing inflation, suddenly had to prepare for something it wasn't ready for: escalation. While Indian military analysts discussed precision response and surgical strikes, Pakistani generals were seen holding late-night emergency meetings.
Well, they fucking raised
They were lining up for basic groceries. As flour prices doubled and fuel became scarce, public trust in the government hit rock bottom. But did that stop the military elite? Not really. Pakistan's leadership has often operated with the mindset of strategic depth, keeping the India conflict alive to justify its military control over internal affairs. But this time, with international pressure building and their economy in free fall, their bluff might just be called. At this moment, India hasn't launched a full-blown military strike, but the chessboard is set. Tensions are the highest they've been in years.
It's crazy that both of these countries have nukes too, which is what's nuts.
Are alert. Borders are
that's
hot.
a whole lot.
Diplomats are working overtime, and across both countries, citizens are wondering, is this the start of something?
We need to take out Pakistan's nukes real quick.
Well, I think it probably will be, honestly. It's true. It's an effective technique usually. Do you not even one prime minister in Pakistan is able to complete full term? They were always arrested by the military. Yeah, I mean, like, that sounds pretty bad. I mean, the thing is, when
they're on a whole nother level, they geeking.
It's very obvious to me that, I mean, like, I don't know. It seems like it was biased in favor of India, and like it was pretty much one-dimensional. But like some conflicts are like that, right? I mean, there's a good side and a bad side, right? I don't know whether that's true or not, but like my skepticism, like shield kind of goes up when I see that every single instance that's shown in the video is an instance of, like one person being the aggressor and the other person not being.
Yeah,
and this is
it's
just me
too many.
coming at it from like a layman's perspective, because I know that
Too many
the way
situations.
all media is, it can be deceptive. And so when I see something that's like trying to paint a very one-dimensional picture, I do begin being very skeptical because of that. Sadly, it's the case. Yeah, I'd need to know more about it before I was sure. But yeah, that's actually really good to know. This is a YouTube video too. Somebody just linked it on my Reddit, but I'll link it to you guys right now. Which one is it? I think this is it. Yeah, this is it. And this guy actually has only made 2 videos ever. This is a really, really good video. Yeah, I mean, I would say like the editing and everything is really, really well put together. So I'll link you guys his video so you can subscribe to his channel. Yeah, there it is.
Let's get some of that Tiny Tina. Little Tiny Tina. Hit up some of them classic bangers. You know we coming with the clappers. You know we got the bangers. Not the grass. Prepare for battle. Holy shit. Dead. You're dead, you hear me? All right.
I am so glad you guys are here to play games and be friends. It's just been me in this cave with the Bun Buzz and like a mountain of marshmallow cereal for like ever.
Have you been lonely?
What? No! You're lonely! I got friends! I got tons of friends! Look at all these hottie bun babes! This one, his name is Dimitri Papadopoulos, and these are his cousins from out of state!
And why are they ticking?
I'm so glad you asked because they're also moms.
Great! Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Dimitri. Never know who might give you the old acupuncture. It's always the last person you expect. Well, the proverbial, not you personally. I'm sure your back is fine.
Coruscating Majesty, Queen Potsdam, has long protected
Adlu.
wonderlands with the soul magic she imbues into the land itself. But such a precious wool requires guarding as well, as proven by the terrible events of Dragon Keep. And so, the Queen founded a new walled city from which to...
Hey! Get in there and clear the place out, even if it brings you to the brink of death, leaving you totally vulnerable.
I came to fight.
Well, settled as it. Ready to bring the arcane pain? Was wondering when more you were turning up.
Damn.
Never send a corpse to do a killing job.
All done.
couldn't keep me from you. Princess Peach at the end of the line. I'll make you mine. Oh, peaches, 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 peaches. Oh, yeah. Oh, peaches, peaches.
Alright, we are back. Never miss, right.
Looks like Magic's back on the menu.
Oh shit, what the fuck? Got it.
His name is literally Backstab.
That's probably
Backstab. Oh, we got pinned.
Huh. Didn't see that coming.
Maybe he stabbed himself?
mysteries like these course in rivers throughout the universe. Anywhoozle, once the shrine is complete, you get the reward all to yourself.
Oh yeah.
That caravan looks like trouble. Good.
I've been the triple double.
Are they alive?
I'm on a whole nother level. I'm geek.
You've traveled such a long way to be here. A little closer.
Wasn't that far.
Oh, 93.
Really?
I can tell you're an expert, world hop.
Yeah.
Far beyond Brighton. And now you're here, in the land of imagination. So, what would imagine a person like me to say? Ah, your aura is radiant. It's top notch, I won't lie. I see a great cloud hovering over you.
I'll kill it. Where is it?
It's skepticism. A cloud of skepticism. You doubt my ability to read your fate. As you should. Those who make fate aren't captive to twins like the rest of us. Now, fortune I have for you.
Honey.
I see a great partnership in your future. If that's the fate you choose to make.
Partnership, eh? What kind?
The only limit to your fortune is your imagination. Or your bank maximum. Or your stomach for killing the dreams of lost souls. But it pays fabulously. All you need to do is look into a mirror and say yes to what you see. You've come this far of your own free will. A little farther won't hurt.
Need some steel, do ya? What's wrong with it? You don't know what it's got. Maybe like you know. Mine now. I'll take it. Mine now. You don't know what it's got. Well, mine now. Let's fire up the smelter. Back to the one path.
Hit up the bank. It ain't unlocked yet. Customize your character. Feel like we're good.
Don't worry, those jerks at the table can't hear me. It's just us down here. Hey, I know I'm the villain, but I still just wanted to wish you luck on the whole quest thing. Not that you need luck, right? I mean, you're the fate maker.
Onita.
Before you rise the mighty walls of Great Hoof. But you're not the only new arrival. A massive skeleton army is sieging the city! Catapults! Skelly-men! Skelly ships! There's bombs raining down! Skelly ships land on the beach, unloading evil cargo of skelly-men's and skelly-women's.
Are you stupid enough to make me think? Works every time. Might have lived a few, bruh.
That was fucked. Well, shit.
No problem.
Come on. Oi!
I saw you fighting the undead on the beach. Glad I'm not the only one giving these bony pricks a hard time.
I didn't know paladins got to swear so much. Might have signed up myself.
Do I bloody look like I've got time for manners lessons? I'm up to my
Manners lessons.
They came out of nowhere.
Aye, the Dragon Lord has returned. I've seen for myself.
The Dragon Lord! Bollocks, we'll have to deal with him later. Right now, we have to break this siege. The undead have catapults lobbing skeletons over the walls. I need you to destroy them. Here, take this C4.
Tina, I know you like explosives, but can you make it more fantasy themed than C4?
Right. Good catch, yeah.
Yeah, right. Here, take this, fantasy 4.
Alright. We're back. Give me that shit.
The villagers get to safety. Fight through the siege fields and use that fantasy 4 to blow the catapults to Kingdom Bloody Come!
Alright.
There, the catapult is straight ahead. Good luck, citizen.
I've really missed this part. Been too long since I conquered. Anything. After a few centuries,
There we go.
get that conquering itch again, you know?
There's a crop of cowards to kill.
Why not get ahead of the rush? Schedule 1, so you can see we have all.
That's way easier on the ears. That guy disappeared.
Uh-oh! Skeletons appear as you near the catapult!
I bet you wish you turned away. Let's get casting and blasting. Get stuck. let's get this over with. Quiver in your boots.
Slap that Fantasy 4 onto the catapult. Now set it off. Oh, you'll want to stand bloody clear.
The catapult explodes into glitter and rainbow bits.
Bloody
Alright.
Keep blasting them back to the grey hells, citizen.
Okay, so Paladin Mike isn't mine, but I met this cool nerdy barista on the EchoNet, and they said I could use their B&B character if I wanted, and I was like, hell yeah! And they were like, chuffed, governor! And I was like, ooh, I'm stealing that accent too.
Off, governor. Chuffed as well. Very chuffed. Partial chuffed for me. The thing this game doesn't provide is ambiance. It doesn't have that piece de resistance. This is what I like.
Black Ray, only sharper. I've got all the magic I need. For you, is it? Won't be enough. I'm made mean of stuff than that. Picked up some new tricks. Oh, I blame you for trying.
They've set the last catapult up on the fallen tower. Okay, figure out a way to get over there.
That's way
Fucking wrecking shit.
What if we undestroy that last
Once I got in the vibe.
No touching the miniature. Launching yourself with a catapult so I'm gonna let it go this one.
Those catapults take hundreds of goblin hours to construct. I'm out here creating jobs, you know.
Keeping this economy running.
Wondering when more of you would turn up. Project's back on the menu.
The Dragon Lord will drown you in foam.
See what I mean?
Dying for a fight.
Magic miscellaneous projectiles. Ha! Right in the room.
You're no hero.
Now that's more like it. Now that
Easy.
Bloody learning! Regroup by the main gate. I can see him gathering for the song.
Oh, good for you. See, while you're having your little heroic tantrum out there, my forces are already in the city getting ready to burn the place to the ground. Oh, this is great. We're all having fun.
All right.
Granted, here's a nice bridge for you.
They've been waiting for that bridge to pop up. Bloody infrastructure edict finally came through. Hey, you showed those boneheads before.
Here we fucking go.
One of the Queen's Waystones. No way. I've never actually seen one of these before. Are you has unlocked more of your power as a fate maker. The Dragon Lord's armies don't stand a chance.
Oh man, you're doing so well. Too bad I don't have anything up my sleeve for this.
Lemo! I try to smash it through the gate!
Oh, that damn thing knocked the gate down! The undead are about to attack! Stand tall, soldiers! We have a fate maker in our midst! Right hoop shall not fall this day!
Let's do this fast and back
Oh.
to customer service. Defense check. Wait, why me no dice?
Oh, hold up.
You make an arrow to the knee? All over.
You're looking for trouble, you found it.
I've got vengeance on my mind. Death by death cap.
Did you go to Arrow School?
You were short work.
Spellback.
No magic from now on. Gotta be
I cannot be guilty. Oh, wait, maybe I can.
Ready to bring the arcane pain.
I'm just destroying these fucking dudes. You guys are getting farmed.
You've held off the assault!
That's all you got, Dragon Lord. Watch it, Fate Maker. You haven't even seen me try.
Over here, fate maker! Honestly, I didn't quite believe it. But you fight like something out of a legend! Oh, you are a fate maker!
Mm-hmm.
Come on, we
No, I'm a fight maker. I make this.
Better
Got this
hurry
shit on my
before you stop
back.
trying to save the world. I can only drag my feet destroying Bright Hook for so long.
Looks like we're good to set.
give me a moment. I'll
Password?
Ashwoods. Oi.
And turn you into my own personal bloody teapots!
Teapot.
Him, guys! Open the gate!
The crumpet.
But get ready. It's gonna be a right mess in there.
As you enter Brighthoof, you witness total carnage. Homes are on fire. Skelly-mans are eating people's feet. It's soups to fresh.
This is soups to fresh. Come on, we have to clear the city. We'll make our stand in the main square.
Yes, yes. Push on, my armies of unyielding darkness. Once I take this city, the whole world will fall into my hands. Is this working for you? I want you to hate me. I'm talking true loathing, like an absolute rage smoldering within, hollowing you out like a house fire. Just let me know if there's anything else I can do. Mentor figures I can kill. I'm all ears.
Fresh bones for the grinder. We'll slay the disgusting flesh.
You were short work.
Dying. I enjoyed it. Your pain. Suffering. I'm not sorry. I just really don't like it. Why am I talking skeleton? You hero! Already dead. Just don't know it yet.
Already dead. You just don't know it yet.
Magic Mirage!
All over.
Can't wait to throw some spells!
Ambush!
We all die in this.
Yeah, you're a very fierce plant, I know.
Someone's eager for death. You'll never win, hero. We'll slay the disgusting flesh right off those bones. That meat just makes you a juicier target. That's just excessive.
Ooh, I never get tired of that.
Oh, you were dead. Jeez.
I'm becoming a right bloody menace.
Just stay dead. it. Done is done.
You defeat the ambush, but you see that the drawbridge to the inner walls has been raised. You're stuck on this side.
Oh no.
I think it's obvious. We seduce the drawbridge.
Hey girl, looking fine. Those new counterweights?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna make you roll for that. The drawbridge, it digs your flavor, baby.
Works every time.
You seduced it. Gotta do some prep work here. Hold on, guys. Just need like 2 minutes. Myself another drink. Oh, wait. Some water. All right.
Come on! Main square is this way!
The skeleton who brings me the Queen's diamond head gets one of those novelty turkey drumsticks. Even if you can't eat it, they'll club a human like a fence post.
Still time to run the other way. Looks like magic's back on the menu.
Clear the square! This is where we make our stand!
You're a square. I ain't on that queen shit. America. For the democracy. For the republic.
Magic miscellaneous projectile. Who's the alpha now, eh?
I'm being revived by ally.
Right, the big one's finished. Any others?
As the last lifeless skellyman clatters to the cobblestones, realize you've done it! The undead horde has been defeated!
For the Queen!
It feels so good to be a hero. I hope you remember this. I gave it a shot playing by the rules. Now, I'm gonna have to start breaking them.
The Fate Maker wields great power in the face of evil. It feels like something lost long ago has been found again. It feels like home.
Bloody brilliant!
Feels like home.
Over here, Fate Maker! You saved us all, Fate Maker. You are...
Yeah.
Fate Maker in person. The castle gates are right over there.
Huh. Never met a queen before.
The gates of Her Majesty's castle swing open as though they anticipated your arrival. And then you hear the clop of perfect hooves upon the cobblestones. They belong to the most goodest, majesticest ruler ever seen by mortal eyes. Queen Butt Stallion!
What stallion?
Her magnificence. It just washes over
A
you, man.
big butt stallion.
I feel it. It's
I talk like this.
You spill
Yes, I did, and it was in honor of the Queen.
And I talk like this.
Yeah.
Come on, Buzz Daddy.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll tell him.
Bring
Yeah,
that
okay.
ass.
She says you are the bravest fate maker the Wonderlands has seen in generations.
Yeah.
The Dragon Lord's attack. His downfall can only be brought about by one thing. You
Love.
must go and retrieve the Sword of Souls. I was getting to
Soul Sucker.
Yes, although,
From the Demon Lord.
paying attention to the exposition.
The Sword of Souls is the coolest weapon in the whole game. Are we really getting that?
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'll murder this whole quest and everyone in it. I want that sword.
Intense, but it's in the
My
right
sword,
spirit.
motherfucker. Fuck you. I'm doing the work. Me and Bust Down out here. Sliding it. You sliding. You riding. Don't give a fuck. You don't care.
Her Majesty says that the Sword of Souls is hidden in the Shattergrave Barrow. She will
Well.
Did you say we're being
Bust
bestowed a
Down.
huge honor? I've always wanted to be bestowed something.
Let's go. I'll meet you there. Big butt. Huh. Entering camp. Clear the area. Easy.
Magic barrage!
I feel like yay.
What have we here? Well, if this is my favorite killer fungus.
Me fungus. Touch it. It will kill you, but it's nice. Yeah, hide next to that, motherfucker. Ready for this? 360 no scope. Last time you see shit like that. Eee. That one was horrible. Quit running. I have to give you the fucking claw. Just take it. Take it like the dirty enemy you are. Don't even fight back. Yeah. Wipe out. Let's roll, Shroom.
Spell.
You know him. You know him, you know him. I need to go back.
There, a bridge. Perhaps you could cross over it.
Figure out
Give
get
it a
over.
big thwack. Them's a haiku.
It's good to see you again. New challenges await if you're ready.
Damn.
Bandits.
Not even level 7 yet.
Loot galore. One loot, actually. Mine.
Go check my soul meter. 25. Save him. I'm gonna save that shit. Put it in the bank. I don't know. Dang. I think I done fucked up. Got you. I got you. Alright, I got this shit. Brewery. Money. I need the money. Come on. I see more money. Damn. Cooked. And he passes bitch ass.
Ah, you're here! My...
The queen says that the sword was hidden here in case the evil souls rose from their graves and needed to get absorbed.
Why didn't she could just absorb the Dragon Lord's soul and be done with him.
I don't know, he's bad, he's not that bad. And wait, you
Bad man pajama.
fight? Huh, Brett?
Yeah, Brett.
Suck up.
Pain. Huh. I don't need anything yet.
Hey, you little cutie idiot. You're here for the Sword of Souls, aren't you?
Damn it.
They put me in here for being possessive. But the joke's on them. I'm gonna get to the sword first. Then, the Dragon Lord's gonna make me his right-hand lady.
Hey, she's just trying to make us learn exposition. Shoot her in the face a lot.
The Dragon Lord is so cool and evil. Not like you, cutie idiot. You're a gross fate maker. What's the deal with that anyway? Being good is dumb and stupid. You should just give up now. Or you can just stand there like a dumb dummy and listen to me the whole time while the Dragon Lord's armies ravage the world. I wonder how many people are getting turned into skeletons this very moment. I'll guess. 12? Too low. 300. Yeah, that's closer. Anyway, my general point is that you're a super loser and the Dragon Lord is the best evil guy in the whole world. I bet you won't even do it.
I'll do it. Idiot. The fuck you think is gonna happen?
That's not gonna work on me, you cutie dummy. I told you I was possessive. That body sucked anyway. I'll go get a better one.
Did you hear what she said about me? Not that bad. Nice try. But she can't retcon turning me into the villain in all her campaigns. No, wait. There was that one other
Mess
guy.
with the dog, you gonna get bit.
Job-stealing hack. Handsome, though. A handsome hack.
A credit to the breed. I blame you for trying.
I'm a talking skeleton. Scary, you're so scared. People
Reloads are ridiculous on these guns.
You're looking for trouble, you found it.
I'm cooked. Oh shit. Good on the sucks. Mammy. Let's go. Back of the head, boy.
That one's bigger.
Oh, you're done. Oh.
Not gonna kill me that easy. She's ruining my favorite part of killing things, which is that they shut up and stay dead.
Inside the mausoleum, a chest catches your eye. Ooh.
Does it? Go into said chest.
Ooh, dark magic gives you health-stealing powers.
Sounds evil, but let's call it morally gray.
Doing a little grave robbing, huh? I knew you weren't completely boring. I'm still gonna beat you with sword. Let's go get to know each other. Somewhere nice and quiet. Like your grave!
Hmm. Hmm.
The spent. Only dust shall remain.
How come I can't get the meteor one like Blind got last night? It's crazy. So odd that I'm not getting it. Do the Hydra then, fuck it. Wah. Oh, man.
Another notch. I'm going to show you. Dedicate my body to science. Is that a thing here?
Come on, you cook, you hear me? Cook. That's what I thought. You do York now.
Black ray, only sharper. What have we?
Alright.
This do-gooder's a goner. You'll never win, hero.
The hell? Who the hell think he is? I check some updates on my shit.
I've been dying for a fight.
Picked up some new tricks.
Level up. Bombastic. Leveling up just standing here, mate. It doesn't get any better than this. You know why? Really want to know why? Tornadoes is why. More tornado. Ability damage. Do I do the ability damage? I like the cooldown. Critical ability damage. I'm an ability fucking junkie. Let's get it.
I'm a talking sketch.
Bad luck and bad choices.
Huh.
Dead all the same.
We got Stallion coming in with
That seems handy. See? Now that's more like it.
Her Royal Majesty says you will need to find the Tome of Fate and read the Fate Maker's Creed aloud to gain entrance to the relic repository below the ruins.
All the yellow painted shit. Get them. I've been poisoned. I don't even play the game. This is a walking simulator now. Yep.
Nothing good skitters like that.
What was that?
Who's there?
Your voice
Boy.
echoes through the ghastly ruins. But there is no
What was that? Dude box. Fuck 'em. Take his shit real quick. Ah! Fuck, mimic.
This is why I shoot every chest just to be sure.
Eat my
As
fucking
the mimic dies,
tornado.
it belches out the... You're gonna have to read it aloud on the altar outside.
I
arcane pain!
Arcane pain train.
Place the Tome of Fate upon the pedestal and read out the Fate Maker's creed.
The Creed, the Assassin's Creed. By the old darkness, time I summon thee, thy Lord. Christ back into the world. Just let me through.
But I guess, you know, fate brought us together to play games. I don't know, whatever.
Oh, cutie idiot, you caught up. Not gonna do you much good though.
Why ain't she dead? I done killed her. Ain't she dead?
Fought like rubbish, died nicely though.
Sit right on through. This is where I don't play and I let them do their own thing. Cook. Team Hydra cooked them.
You're fun. What a shame you and your stupid queen are gonna die once the deal gets the sword.
Yada yada yada. Oh shit. Okay. Okay. Get it. Yeah, I keep checking. Wait, so. Alright. Back to it.
Excuse me while I slip into something more catastrophic. You'll never get the Sword of Soul, you idiot!
You're the stupid idiot. Do you like that mess you're fucking standing on? No. about that. Oh, whoa. Get them.
As the hulking body of the Zomboss collapses, Her Majesty reappears. You have impressed Her Royal Highness.
There she is, buddy, butt stuff, butt stallion. Taking a hit. I'm taking no hits. $140, $160. Nah. All this shit cooked. Fires level 4 item. That's bad.
Your courage
I
and
need to
total
get better
tenacity.
level loot.
She will now grant you entrance to the sacred chamber that holds
The Sword of Souls! I've got all the magic I need.
I've got the magic in me, fucking sword.
Oh, good for you, cutie idiot! Almighty robot policeman, how do we kill this zombie ass for good?
Give me
Yeah.
that sword. You can't even use it right. It needs to be charged with soul energy, and that only comes from your precious queen and the souls of living things.
I can think of at least one soul nearby that needs absorbing.
Give me that sword! It's not even yours! It was the Dragon Lord's to begin with. You're just stealing from a
Here, you can have it.
What? Not like that! No! No, 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 no! The Sword of Souls clatters to the ground. Like this. Clatter, clatter, clatter.
Finally.
Pick it up, newbie! Get that sword!
Now you must take the sword back to Brighthoof. A town portal opens up. She says you'll need to bring the sword to the fountain in the main square. Little double entendre. I did. As you place the sword into the fountain, soul energy swirls through it and out in the city. All the fires are extinguished. The houses get put back together. The crowds are cheering for you.
Thanks! I love me too!
But Stallion says to, look over here. She's gonna do something special for you.
Okay. I'm looking. Special.
Really captures how I stand perfectly still. One position.
Wow.
Brilliant work, Faith.
Nice.
The city is safe, prosperous,
I'm in the earth.
Now that the
The
city
most
is
wonderful
you'll
thing
want to avail yourself of our amenities. Start by visiting the blacksmiths.
The soot in me arse.
The hero of Brighton.
And the shit in their pants.
Fate maker. You need some better gear. Now I can't offer you any weapons or armor directly on account of the contract with the Crown. It's to keep the vending machine stocked. I'm a proud part of the military pre-industrial complex, you see. But I can offer you expansions of your carrying capacity. More
Really?
boots, more fun. Free sample of me webs on the house.
Yeah, buddy. Items you carry. Backpack. Lost loot. Ammo. What is this? Carrying backpack. Oh, bang. Whoops. Save the money and give it to my other character. I mean, if everything's 500, I gotta hit it one time, right?
Fine choice. Now, while you're seeing your way around Brighton, go and talk to the lovely lassie who runs the soda tavern. That's easy.
Brightness. Gotta be here.
Chipple's a mean find. Soda.
Okay.
The tavern keeper waves you over. And, you know, that way that only tavern keepers can do. Welcome, man.
Extends his ravenous sight.
Oh.
Welcome to Izzy's Fizzy's, where all liquids consumed on premises are just soda and nothing else.
What?
Are you the new fate maker who fought off all them skeletons?
Don't know about that hero stuff, but I sure broke some bones.
Well, thanks for nothing. Half the town was barricaded in here, and they were slurping down Virgin Shirley temples like it was the end of the world. I'm only joshing ya, fate maker. You did us a mighty fine favor. Now, out of thanks for saving our city, let me avail you of our amenities here in the Soda Tavern. Here's a magical quick change kiosk if you need to change anything fundamental about your entire being. It's free, weirdly enough. Right this way.
Bringing Dashen back.
And right here is our lost loot machine. Very popular. Any nice stuff your enemies drop but you happen to miss will just show up right in here. And finally, we've got Clip.
I already know all this shit.
Of citizens who might need your help out there in the world. Some of them hang out here in the Soda Tavern. Some put up posters around the city. It's been so busy, and I've been pulling non-alcoholic pints all on my own today. Oh, listen to me, lip-flapping while you could be off adventuring. Have a busy day.
Fate Maker! Got a little surprise for you. The Queen is so impressed that she wants to knight you. Bloody congrats. Come meet us in the main square.
All right, we did Valentine's dumb quest stuff. Let's go pillage the countryside. I want some loot.
What? Heroes don't pillage? No, we're almost done with the quest. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, you would.
Alright. Where's that bank at? Oh, I can't store money in here? Whatever. Alright, well, I'm gonna call it here for a little bit. I'll be back. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good night. I'll be back on with some more of this with the boys. Most likely we'll get back into this. So don't forget to like, follow, subscribe for more of this shit. Stay tuned. We'll be back. And peace.